Okay, we're off and running here in beautiful Marion, North Carolina. Opening day for the Marion Swamp Foxes. They are taking on the Hendersonville Honeycrisps. Dan Crowley here on the mic, and first off for Hendersonville, we have Braden Corn just fouled the ball off. Count is 1-2 on Corn. Again, welcome you to beautiful Big League Camp, the home of the Marion Swamp Foxes. Check us out this season here on this live stream, as we will be covering Swamp Foxes games here in beautiful Marion, North Carolina. And the pitch is a strikeout for Corn, out number one. At the plate for Hendersonville, Kyle Mosher. First pitch, a ball outside, 1-0 to Mosher. Tripped on the mound for the opener for the Marion Swamp Foxes, left-handed pitcher. Pitch on the inside corner, called a strike, 1-1 to Mosher. And the first pitch to Morgan is low, ball one. No score here in the top of the first between the Hendersonville Honeycrisps and the home standing Marion Swamp Foxes here at beautiful Big League Camp in Marion, North Carolina. And the pitch from Triplett, fouled off, back behind us here, 1-1. Beautiful day for baseball here in Marion, North Carolina. Not hardly a cloud in the sky, a little bit of haze. Temperatures in the upper 70s here at first pitch. And delivered from Triplett is low and outside, 2-1 to Joshua Morgan, the DH. Runner at first, one out for the Hendersonville Honeycrisps here in the top of the first. Triplett with a pitch, high and outside, 3-1 to Joshua Morgan, the DH for the Honeycrisps. Morgan now getting into the box and getting ready to receive the pitch from Triplett, and a 3-1 pitch. High and inside, ball four. Going to put runners at first and second for the Honeycrisps. Braden Harrison now at the plate for Hendersonville with runners at first and second here in the first inning, one out. Nice all-speed pitch there by Triplett for strike one. Triplett takes a sign and he's ready. And the pitch is grounded foul by Harrison, 1-1 count. Or excuse me, 0-2 count to Harrison. Harrison is the right fielder for Hendersonville, wearing number 16. Harrison now in the box and ready, and Triplett is taking a sign, and he is ready to deliver the 0-2 pitch. High and outside, count is 1-2. Triplett running into a little bit of trouble here in the first inning, allowed an infield hit and a walk, has runners at first and second with one. And the pitch fouled off to the left side by Harrison. Still count 1-2. Those Triplett First pitch low and outside to Wells, 1-0. Nice little crowd starting to gather in here at Billy Camp, home opener for the Swamp Foxes. Couldn't ask for a better day. Pitch is popped up. It looks like it's going to be out of play to the right side. 1-1 count to Gray Wells, left-handed hitter for Hendersonville. Triplet's on the rubber. He's ready to take the sign, and he's ready to deliver the pitch. And Wells is going to deliver a base hit into left center field, and it's going to bring in at least one run. And aggressively, another runner coming in, and that's going to put Hendersonville up by a 2-0 score here in the first. Cooper Gentry now to play for Hendersonville as Wells gets the hit and advances to second on the fielding error by the center fielder for the Swamp Foxes. Pitch outside for ball 1 to Gentry. One-zero pitch, again outside. Triplet has done a lot of pitches like that toward the right-handed hitter so far, and he's just not connecting. Got a 2-0 count to Gentry here with 2 outs. Gentry with a swing and a miss. Count is now 2-1 to the third baseman. Hendersonville up 2-0 here in the top of the first over Marion. And the pitch right down the middle and swung and hit foul. Count is going to be 2-2 to Gentry. Gentry gets ready to settle back into the box here right now with this 2-2 pitch. Triplet now stepped onto the rubber, getting ready, and is taking the sign from his catcher. And the pitch fouled off to the right-hand side. Again, 2-2 is the count to Cooper Gentry. Two-two pitch. Line to the second baseman for out number 3, but Hendersonville on the top of the first does pick up 2 runs and leads 2-0 after a half inning of play. Welcome back to Big League Camp here in beautiful Marion, North Carolina. Dan Crawley with your commentary on the ball game today. Scott Archer, leadoff hitter for the Swamp Foxes, is up. Marion down 2-0 here to start the bottom of the first. First pitch is low. Ball one to Archer.
What's his jersey? Oh, it is 9.
Second pitch fouled off by Archer. Count is 1-1. Colt McKibben on the mound tonight for Hendersonville, left-handed pitcher. And the 1-1 pitch flied out to left center field. Looks like the center fielder's got it for out number 1. One out in the inning. Now at the plate for Marion is number 13, Christian McElroy. Second baseman for the Swamp Foxes. First pitch, bunt, and McElroy with a good bunt. The pitcher's fielding it, and whoa, what a play by the first baseman for Hendersonville for out number 2. Great job by McElroy on the bunt. Even better job by the first baseman snagging that out for the second out. Two outs now for the Swamp Foxes in the bottom of the first. First pitch is low, 1-0.
Who is this again? George.
Second pitch swung for a strike, 1-1 is the count. 2-0 Honeycrisps here in the bottom of the first. Second pitch is a strike, 1-2 to Gustafson, George Gustafson, number 8 for the Swamp Foxes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Fouled off there for Gustafson. Count is still 1-2 on the Marion catcher. McKibben with a strikeout for out number 3, and that will end the first inning for Marion. No runs for the Swamp Foxes after 1 inning of play, 2-0 Hendersonville. Back to action here at Big League Camp. Jordan Spearman grounds out to the pitcher for out number 1 here in the top of the second. As a quick first out for Triplett there on the mound for Marion. Now at the plate for Hendersonville is second baseman number 23, Paul Martin. Hopefully Triplett will have a much easier inning than what he had in the top of the first. The pitch fouled off to the right side, getting ready to hit the main building over here at Big League Camp. A lot of times when you get foul balls, if they hit off the metal building, it makes a lot of noise. Must have just missed it this time around, so the count is 0-1. It's Martin, right-handed hitter, number 25 for Hendersonville. And the pitch, high and outside. Once again, Triplett's been throwing a lot of that, focusing on the outside corner to right-handed hitters. That one was outside, counted as 1-1. Nice off-speed pitch. Martin was able to foul it off, so it gives a 1-2 count to Triplett. 1 out here in the top of the second. Your score is 2-0 Hendersonville. Martin with another foul ball off to the right-hand side. Count remains 1-2. Again, I'd like to welcome everyone who is watching online tonight. Here, the Old North State League opener for the Marion Swamp Foxes. Martin's back into the box and ready for the pitch. Another foul ball by Martin off to the right-hand side. Putting up a pretty aggressive at-bat, making Triplett throw quite a few pitches here in the top of the second. Triplett looking into his catcher. And now for the delivery. Another foul ball by Martin. Quite aggressive. He's able to reach those outside pitches that Triplett's trying to throw, and he's fouling them off to the right-hand side. Again, count 1-2 to the second baseman, Paul Martin. Oh, man, I tell you what. Triplett was wanting that pitch on the outside corner, but it must have been just a little. Jackson DeChesney now at the plate for Hendersonville, the third baseman, left-handed hitter, as he settles in, and he's getting ready for the first pitch from Triplett here in the second inning. Swing and a miss by DeChesney for strike 1. I think DeChesney wanted to hit that all the way out to Lake James, which is located just across the road from the facility here at Big League Camp. But he did miss, and that ball missed inside by Triplett, making the count 1-1. Triplett with the pitch on the inside corner called strike for strike 2. He's ahead 1-2 on DeChesney, the 9th place hitter for Hendersonville here in the top of the second. And DeChesney with a line drive to the second baseman who snags it for out number 3. No damage for Hendersonville in the top of the second. Score still 2-0 after an inning and a half of play. And we're back here, big league camp. Mitch Green at the plate for Marion in the bottom of the second. Count 1-0 to Green. Green with a fly ball out to left field.
Oh.
Whoa, what a spectacular catch by the left fielder for out number 1. Robbed Green of extra bases. Noah Brewer at the plate for Marion, called strike on the first pitch. Brewer, the left-handed hitter. DH for Marion. Second pitch, low and outside. Count is 1-1 by Colt McKibben, the pitcher for Hendersonville. Again, another pitch, low and inside this time. Brewer is ahead 2-1 here with 1 out in the bottom second. Brewer with the pitch, low pitch outside and fouled off to the left-hand side. That'll get everybody over in the Hendersonville dugout scrambling. Count is 2-2 to Brewer. McKibben, once again, trying to hit the outside corner, but was unable to do so, and that makes the count full to Brewer, 3-2. And Brewer is striked out for out number 2 in the bottom of the second for Marion. Gerald DeBalco at the plate for Marion and surges one into right field for a base hit, and DeBalco will be stopped there as the right fielder for Hendersonville came in pretty quick to make the play. Now the play for 27, Jacob Peeler. With that hit, now at the plate, that's Marion's first hit of the day. Now at the plate, number 21, Jacob Peeler, the left fielder, pitches low, 1-0. Peeler with a foul ball back to the right side makes the count 1-1 for the Marion left fielder. Getting ready for the pitch. Low and inside, 2-1. Marion with its first hit there just a second ago with DeBalco serving the ball into right field. 2-1 pitch coming up and a throw to first. Back easily. Colt McKibben, starting pitcher for Hendersonville tonight, left-handed pitcher. Takes a sign and he's ready to throw the 2-1 pitch. And the runner is going and had that stolen easily. Great job by DeBalco taking second base. Count is 3-1. Peeler with another foul ball to the right side. That's going to make the count full. And once again, trying to get him on the inside there, and he fouled it off. Good job by the player making his way over. Keeping the count alive, full count 3-2. And the pitch, and Peeler was caught looking out number 3. No runs for Marion in the bottom of the second. Score still 2-0. Hendersonville. We're back here at Big League Camp in beautiful Marion, North Carolina. Your score, Hendersonville 2, Marion nothing. As we get ready to start the top of the third, and Hendersonville is back at the top of the order. Braden Corn at the plate. Triplet in his third inning of work for Marion on the mound. First pitch, curveball in for a strike. 0-1 on Corn, the center fielder for Hendersonville. And the next pitch from Triplet. Swing and a miss by Corn, 0-2. Two nice looking off-speed pitches here to start the inning for Triplet. And he's out ahead of the leadoff hitter for Hendersonville in the top of the third. Corn's going to serve one into right center field. Another curveball that kind of hung in there this time allowed Corn to get a hit up the middle. So that leadoff hit puts a runner at first. Now Kyle Mosher's at the plate for Hendersonville. His second at-bat of the evening. Triplet looking for a sign from his catcher. Now he's ready. And the first pitch to Mosser is a liner right to the shortstop for out number one. Great job there by shortstop making an athletic play to prevent the ball from going into the outfield. Now to play number 50, Joshua Morgan. With one out in the inning, now to play number 50, Joshua Morgan. Morgan is the DH for Hendersonville this evening. Triplet working real fast here this inning. He's got the sign and he's ready to deliver the first pitch. And I believe they have the runner picked off. Oh! Corn makes it on a low throw from the first baseman to the second baseman. So aggressive base running by Corn. And he made it to second. So that gives Hendersonville a runner in scoring position with one out. Triplet steps off the mound as he kind of reorganizes himself and he gets ready for this first pitch to Kyle Mosher. Breaking ball inside, low, ball one to Mosher. And we have our first mound visit of the day between the catcher and the pitcher. Once again, welcome to everyone who is viewing the opener for the Marion Swamp Foxes for 2023. This is Dan Crawley with the play-by-play of what's going on tonight here at beautiful Big League Camp in Marion, North Carolina. A great evening for baseball, temperatures in the mid to upper 70s and not a cloud in sight. Shadows starting to peek in a little bit, cutting across the infield. The outfield, especially center and right, still has a lot of sunshine, but everywhere else is shaded in at this point. Mosher with the foul ball back to the right side. Going to make the count 1-1 to the Hendersonville DH here in the top of the third inning. Trying to pick off move there back to second, but the runner, Corn, was back easily. One out here in the top of the third. Hendersonville up 2-0 over Marion. Runner at second base, one out. Triplet looking for the sign from his catcher, and he's ready for the 1-1 pitch. Nice curveball in there for strike two. Triplet has done a lot of that, especially to the right-handed hitters so far in this game. And with this being the second time through the lineup, they're a little bit familiar with it, so he's going to have to start varying on some of his pitches. And the 1-2 count. Strikeout by Mosser as he missed. The catcher did a good job scooping it up for out number two. Now with two outs at the plate, number 16, Braden Harrison. First pitch, high and away, ball one. Of course, we have a runner at second. Braden Corn reached on a single earlier and stole second, but he's still there with 2 outs. And the 1-0 pitch, grounded to third. Nice play there by the third baseman. He's going to throw to first for out number 3. No runs for Hendersonville in the top of the third. Score still 2-0 after 2.5 innings of play. Well, we're back here at Big League Camp in beautiful Marion, North Carolina for the bottom of the third. And at the plate, number 22, Ben Barnes for the Swamp Foxes. First pitch is high, ball one. Here's the unique thing about Barnes. He is the one McDowell County native that is playing on the Swamp Fox team this year. Barnes, as he grounds to up the middle to the left-hand side, and he's just out on a close play at first. Just kind of recap on Barnes. He is a McDowell County native, played at McDowell High School, and actually spent some time playing some intramural ball with the folks at Western Carolina University. So it's great to have a local on the roster. Now at the plate for the Swamp Foxes, Bryce Daniels, and he squeezes that bunt to the right-hand side, and he's going to reach. A great job by Daniels on the bunt hit. Back to the top of the order, number 9, Scott Archer. So that bunt hit by Daniels puts the runner at first, the second hit of the game for the Swamp Foxes. Back to the top of the order, number 9, Scott Archer. Throw back to first, and Daniels is in there safely. Once again, another throw to first, back safely. Colt McKibben on the mound for Hendersonville, trying to keep that runner from getting a good advantage. 1 out in the the bottom of the third for Marion. First pitch by Otzer to the right side. He is out with a collision at first. I hope both players are okay for the second out. Now to play, number 13, Christian McElroy. 2 outs in the inning for Marion. Christian McElroy now to plate with a runner at second, Bryce Daniels. First pitch, right down the pipe for strike 1 to McElroy. McKibben getting the sign in quickly, getting ready for the 0-1 pitch. Low and inside, and Daniels aggressively taking third on that play. Wow, look at that speed by the center fielder, Bryce Daniels. He read that very well, and he was off to the races.
Wow, we get to 2 outs.
Count now is 1-1. Another pitch low and inside. Going to be 2-1 on McElroy. To go over the inning, Barnes grounded out to the right side, and then Daniels reached on that bunt hit. Another ball inside, ball 3. Then we had that close play there at first with Archler and colliding with the first baseman for out number 2. And that's where we are right here in the bottom of the third. Count is 3-1 to McElroy. Swing and a miss on an inside pitch, 3-2. Going to have a full count with the runner at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Ooh, called strike 3 on a high strike to McElroy, and that's going to end the inning for McDowell. No runs for the Swamp Foxes at the bottom of the third. Heading to the fourth, 2-0 Hendersonville. And we're starting at the top of the fourth for Hendersonville. Number 34, Gray Wells, the first baseman at the plate. Hope Gray is okay after that collision there in the last half inning. First pitch of the inning in there for a strike. Score right now, as we start at the top of the fourth, Hendersonville is up 2-0 on Marion. Take a pitch by Triplett outside. Count is 1-1. Another pitch by Triplett, just a little bit low. Count is now 2-1 to Gray Wells, first baseman. Triplett's working at a very fast pace for Marion. Nice curveball, and the umpire's not quite convinced. Looked good from up here, but they're going to call it a ball. Be 3-1 to Gray Wells. Wells fouls off a pitch, a little bit up and in. Makes it a full count here in the top of the fourth. No outs. Hendersonville up 2-0 over Marion. Triplett ready for the pitch, and he delivers. Wells with a fly ball to the left side. It's going to be just out of play, just outside the field. So we'll have another full count. Great effort by the left fielder and third baseman for Marion trying to track down that ball, but it just got out of play. If you're not familiar with Big League Camp here in Marion, North Carolina, it is a very nice facility, turf field that these teams will play on during the season for those who will be coming up to the Marion area. So all teams that will be playing and having Marion on their schedule this year, we look forward to having you here. Ground ball, but Wells up the middle is going to reach for a base hit to center field. That's going to put a runner at first. Hendersonville's second hit of the game. Now to play at 3, Cooper Gentry. And that's going to bring Cooper Gentry up to the plate, the third baseman, for a second at-bat of the game. Runner at first, no outs. Triplett onto the rubber and getting ready to take the sign from his catcher. Ready, and he delivers the first pitch right up the middle, fouled off to the right side. But Gentry, count 0-1. Gentry faking the bunt, and the ball hits the catcher right in the mitt, and it pops past him. It's going to allow the runner, Wells, to reach second. Count is 1-1 to Gentry. Triplett on the mound, getting ready to take the signal from his catcher, and he is ready to deliver. Pitch outside. 2-1 to Gentry. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Pitch inside, called a strike, and that's going to even the count at 2-2 on Gentry. Runner at second, no outs for Hendersonville in the top of the fourth. Looking to add on to a 2-0 lead. Gentry connects and is going to serve it the other way. Oh, and just over the first baseman in the foul territory, and that is going to bring in another run. An easy double for Gentry. Now to plate number 25, Jordan Spearman. And that double brings the first mound visit for the pitching coach for Marion, and that's going to put Hendersonville up 3-0 on that double. Triplett has thrown a lot of pitches tonight, it seems like, trying to focus on the outside corner. And then when he has to bring it inside, the right-handed hitters for Hendersonville has been able to make some contact on it. And Gentry just fought that off enough and got it over to first baseman, and it dropped fair onto the turf and brought in a run. Spearman now at the plate. And the first pitch is low. Nice save by the catcher. Gustafson, great save by the Marion catcher. Kept that from getting past him and kept the base runner from advancing. Ball one. Pitch lined up the middle, another hit. And Hendersonville's going to add on another run here. They're going to go up 4-0. Base hit by Spearman up the middle. And they just keep adding on here in the fourth inning. Now to plate number 23, Paul Martin. Still no outs, runner at first, and now to plate, the second baseman, Paul Martin. Hendersonville is really trying to add on and maybe break this game open a little bit here in the middle innings. Triplett looks in for the sign, and he has it, and he's ready for the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one to Martin. Triplett with the pitch again to the outside, and again, you notice, fouled off to the right side. That's happened a lot here in this game. Hendersonville's been able to put some contact on that ball. The pitch is fairly good, but Hendersonville's able to foul it off. So the count is 1-1 on Martin as he steps in, and Triplett is ready. Lined right to the second baseman. That should be a double. Oh, I thought it was going to be a easy double play, but the second baseman, McElroy, had a little bit of a bobble. They was able to get to out at second, but they couldn't turn two. Jackson to Chesney. That brings up Jackson to Chesney to the plate. 1 out in the inning here in the top of the 4th. Triplet ready. And he delivers first pitch, fouled off to the left side by Chesney. Count is 0-1 on the Hendersonville left fielder. Next pitch. Dropped right in there for strike 2. Triplet at the advantage here with the 0-2 count on Chesney here in the top of the 4th. 1 out, and Hendersonville up 4-0. And strike 3 on the Chesney for out number 2. Back to the top of the order, number 2, Braden Corn. First pitch, bunt attempt fouled off. Back to the top of the order, number 2, Braden Corn. 0-1 count on Corn with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Pitch low, 1-1. Hendersonville up 4-0 on Marion here at the top of the 4th. 2 outs, runner at first. Triplet looking in for the sign. He's ready, and he's going to deliver the next pitch. Corn lines it to left field very deep, and that ball is out of here. Braden Corn with a big 2-run homer to add to this Hendersonville lead. They're going to go up 6-0. Now to play for 9, Kyle Mosher. So that brings up Kyle Mosher to the plate. Hendersonville up 6-0 here in the top of the 4th. 2 outs, and Triplet still in for Marion, but I believe some action's getting ready to warm up here in the bullpen in just a second. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. A big inning here for Hendersonville in the top of the 4th. After scoring 2 in the first, they have erupted for 4 here in the 4th, and has really took some momentum out from Marion here as the count is now 1-1 to Mosher. Hendersonville with 5 hits so far in the game, and that big one right there just occurred. Mosher looks like he may drop one into left center for a base hit. Another hit for Hendersonville, the 6th overall for the game. Now it's plate number 50, Joshua Morgan. And with that hit, brings up Joshua Morgan, the DH, for his 3rd at-bat of the game, or 3rd plate appearance, excuse me. First pitch, in for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Triplet ready for the next pitch. High and outside. Now it's 1-1 to Morgan. Morgan settles into the batter's box, and Triplet's ready for the next pitch. Ooh, snagged right back to the pitcher for out number 3. But that was a big inning for Hendersonville as they pick up 4 runs to take a 6-0 lead after 3.5 innings of play. We're back here at a big league camp in beautiful Marion, North Carolina. Unfortunately, the score's not very beautiful. If you're a fan of the home team, Hendersonville's up 6-0 in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch to George Gustafsson, swing and a miss, first strike.
Is that a new pitcher?
0-1 count. Low pitch, 1-1. Gustafsson with a fly ball to the right side, and it's caught for out number 1. Now the play number 29, Mitch Green. 1 out inning brings up number 29, Mitch Green. Green grounds to the shortstop, who makes a good throw for out number 2. McKibben really on a roll right now. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Now the play, number 5, Noah Brewer. Now with 2 outs, Noah Brewer at the plate. First pitch to Brewer, line foul to the left side, 0-1. Pitch Brewer up and in, count even at 1-1 here in the bottom of the fourth, 2 outs. Hendersonville up 6-0 over Marion. Next pitch, right down the middle for strike 2, 1-2 to Brewer. Check swing there, they're going to ask, but the first base umpire says no. That's going to even the count 2-2 on Brewer. McKibben's really working at a fast pace right now. And pitch is low and outside for 3-2. We're going to have a full count to Brewer here in the bottom of the fourth. Brewer fouls it off on the full count. Stays alive, 3-2. And Brewer is going to reach on a walk, just low and outside. It's going to put a runner at first and 2 outs. Now the plate, number 3, Gerald DeBalco. So Gerald DeBalco is back up at the plate for Marion here with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Score is 6-0 Hendersonville. Marion does have a runner at first with 1 out. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Pitch inside, DeBalco ahead 2-0 against McKibben here at the bottom of the fourth. McKibben looking for the sign. He is ready and getting ready to deliver the pitch. But he delivers the throw to first base. Runner back easily. Balco fouls the ball off to the right side. Going to make the count 1-2. Or excuse me, 2-1. 2-1 to the shortstop for Marion. And the next pitch. And DeBalco is going to serve it into right field, and it's going to drop. Runner aggressively making his way over to third, and he's going to be thrown out for the third out of the inning. Marion did get a couple hits there, but was not able to push across anything. And the score after 4 innings, still 6-0 Hendersonville. And we're back here to Big League Camp. We have a new pitcher on the mound for Marion, number 28, Josh Simpson, here in the 5th inning. Hendersonville up 6-0. Little sidearm delivery there from Simpson for strike 1. At the plate for Hendersonville, number 16, Braden Harrison, the right fielder. Oh, 1 pitch by Simpson. Nice movement there. Harrison missed. On the swing, 0-2. Oh, and 2 pitch. Asking umpire for a little assistance there, but they're not giving them any assistance, so it's 1-2 to Harrison. Ball low to Harrison. 2-1 is the count. Or excuse me, 2-2 is the count.
And I got a couple videos for y'all.
Harrison with a pop fly to short. Caught for out number 1. Now playing for 34, Gray Wells.
Between in this, that the foul balls need to be returned back to the field. Probably kids are keeping them. Tell me, bring them to me, trade them for an icy or something.
One out in the inning. Now Gray Wells at the plate. First baseman for Hendersonville. Get right back to the pitcher, Simpson, who delivers the first for the second out. Now to play number 3, Cooper Gentry. That now brings up Cooper Gentry to the plate for Hendersonville. Honeycrisps are up 6-0 over the Marion Swamp Foxes here in the top of the 5th of the season opener. Simpson ready for his first pitch. Low and outside, ball one. Another pitch there by Simpson, just a little bit low and outside, ball two. 2-0 count to Gentry here with 2 outs in the top of the fifth. Foul ball by Gentry. That ball was running in on him. It's going to make the count 2-1. Just got a little piece of it that bounced there right in front of home plate. Next pitch by Simpson, low and away. Count is 3-1 on the third baseman, Cooper Gentry, for Hendersonville. Simpson ready for the next pitch, 3-1. Right down the middle, and umpire's not going to take it. So it's going to be a ball to Gentry. From up here in the box, it looked pretty good. Now at the plate, number 25, Jordan Spearman. Yeah, that pitch looked pretty good, and I don't know, it must have been a little bit low, so it puts a runner at first and Jordan Spearman at the plate. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Hendersonville up 6-0 on Marion here in the top of the fifth. 6 runs on 6 hits for Hendersonville, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Marion. Simpson with the next pitch, nips to outside corner for 0-2 on Jordan Spearman. And next pitch, just a little bit inside. I think the Swamp Foxes thought they might have had one right there, but just a tad bit inside, and Spearman survives here, 1-2. Spearman fouls off a ball to the left side, keeps the count at 1-2 against Marion pitcher Josh Simpson, which I've been pretty impressed with him here this first inning of relief for Simpson. Sidearm delivery, and does a really good job keeping the ball low and in the strike zone. Simpson throws it first, runner back easily. Whoa, what a beautiful pitch. But Simpson strings it in there for strike 3. No runs for Hendersonville in the top of the fifth, but they lead 6-0 halfway home. And we're back here at Big Lake Camp. Score is 6-0 Hendersonville, bottom of the fifth. Jacob Peeler at the plate, taking a ball one. Cole McKibben's still on the mound for Hendersonville. He's done a good job, pitched shutout so far in 4 innings. He is behind, though, 2-0 now on Peeler as he takes another ball inside. Peeler, left fielder for the Marion Swamp Foxes. Next pitch, right down the middle. Peeler fouls it off to the left side, and the count is 2-1. Next pitch, swing and a miss by Peeler, 2-2. McKibben really throwing the ball well for Hendersonville tonight. Of course, they lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. And the next pitch, fouled off to the left side. Count still 2-2. Hendersonville picked up 2 runs in the first inning and then had a big 4-run fourth inning, which included a 2-run home run that allowed them to get up to the lead that they currently have. Peeler fouls off another pitch, still 2-2. Hendersonville has 6 hits in the game, no errors. Marion only has 2 hits in total, 1 error. Peeler flies out to the second baseman for out number 1. Now to play for the Swamp Foxes, number 22, Ben Barnes. And now to plate, Ben Barnes with 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch to Barnes, a little bit low outside, ball 1. As we talked about earlier, Benjamin Barnes, as I always knew him from when he played here at McDowell High School, he's the one McDowell native on the Swamp Foxes team. So it's always great to have a local kid playing. I know among the roster for the Swamp Foxes, there are 3 or 4 players with Western North Carolina ties, but Barnes is the only one with the McDowell tie. And, of course, he gets hit by a pitch there, so that puts him at first base with 1 out. Now to play, number 7, Bryce Daniels. That'll bring up Bryce Daniels to the plate with 1 out. Bryce reached earlier and showed off his speed, still in second and taking third on a wild pitch earlier. Barnes leads off first. McKibben's ready for the pitch. Ground ball, going to be foul. Count is 0-1. Talked about the shadows earlier. They've pretty much taken over the entire field with the exception of the right fielder. He's still in the sunshine, but everybody else is pretty much shaded in at this point. So shadows are not an issue at this time here at Big League Camp. Next pitch, down low. 1-1 to Bryce Daniels here in the bottom of the fifth. 1 out. McKibben ready for the next pitch. And Daniels flies out to shallow left field where the shortstop makes a play for out 2. Back to the top of the order, number 9, Scott Archer. And that brings the top of the order back up for the Swamp Foxes, their 3rd time through the lineup today. Scott Archer at the plate as he settles in and gets ready from the pitch from McKibben. Barnes takes off, ball is low, and Barnes is going to easily reach. We're up 6-0. If you're Hendersonville, you're probably better off just to put it in your pocket anyway. But Barnes makes second on the stolen base. Ball was low, so it's 1-0 count to Archer. It does put Marion a runner in scoring position. Next pitch, called a strike right on the lower inside part of the plate. 1-1 to Archer. Next pitch, Archer swings and misses, makes the count 1-2. Colt McKibbin's had a good mix of off speed and velocity through this game, and that has really allowed him to keep the Swamp Foxes offense at bay. Barnes takes off for third, and he's going to reach on third again. Ball was outside, and Hendersonville was pretty much allowing him to take that base, so it makes it 2-2, but Barnes does reach third. Archer fouls one off on an inside pitch, keeps the count at 2-2. I think it's the second time in the game that Marion has had a runner at at third, so hopefully this time they can bring this runner across. Next pitch. Archer makes contact up the middle, and it may just squeeze through. Infield hit for Archer, and Marion gets on the board. Now to play number 13, Christian McElroy. Marion gets on the board for its first run of the season, now down to 6-1. Runner at first with 2 outs, and Christian McElroy at the plate. Quick throw to first, got by the first baseman, and Archer is going to advance to second. So here we go. Marion has another opportunity. McElroy's at the plate. McKibbin's getting ready to get his sign, and he's ready to pitch. And a base hit by McElroy to the right side. And man, Marion's going to get another run out of this potentially. Archer in safely. 6-2 Swamp Foxes here in the 5th. So good news for Marion. They are on the board. Getting some damage done here in the inning. Taking advantage of an error just occurred right there on that throw just a second ago. Now, play number 8, George Gustafson. That brings up George Gustafson at the plate with a runner at first and 2 outs. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Next pitch on the outside corner called strike 2. Gustafson is an 0-2 hole. Colt McKibbin trying to get out of this inning without allowing any further damage. And Gustafson's going to ground out to the third baseman and makes a good play for out number 3. But Marion gets on the board, scoring 2 runs. Score is now 6-2 heading to the 6th. Hendersonville, top of the sixth, number 23, Paul Martin. And we welcome you back to Big League Camp here in Marion, North Carolina. Score is 6-2 Hendersonville, heading to the top of the sixth. Josh Simpson still on the mound for the Swamp Foxes, and Paul Martin fouls off the first pitch, 0-1 count. Hendersonville picked up 2 runs in the top of the first and 4 in the top of the fourth, and Marion just got on the board here in the bottom of the fifth, scoring 2 times to make it a 4-run game. Pitch is outside by Simpson, count is 1-1 to Martin. Time's called by the umpire. Looks like there's some equipment over here kind of in the way, and I think he wants it cleared out. So we'll take a second here and kind of refresh what's going on. Of course, this is the season opener for the Marion Swamp Foxes here at beautiful Big League Camp in Marion, North Carolina. Beautiful day for baseball, but right now Hendersonville is getting the best of Marion, leading 6-2. Simpson with the pitch. Martin grounds out to second baseman. Makes a nice play to first base for out number 1. Now play number 5, Jackson DeChesney. Now Jackson DeChesney comes up to the plate for Hendersonville. Simpson gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready for the pitch. First pitch outside, ball 1 to DeChesney. DeChesney, the number 9 hitter for Hendersonville, playing left field. This is his 3rd plate appearance, so this next batter coming up after him will be the 4th time through the lineup. Ball way outside by Simpson, 2-0. Simpson kind of looking at the ball, wanting to know why he couldn't get that grip going just right. Tell you what, though, I've been pretty impressed with Simpson here in his 2nd inning of relief. He's been pretty solid. He keeps the ball in the strike zone and keeps it very low. Next pitch, strike on the outside corner, 2-1. To Jackson DeChesney. Next pitch. Brought it in on DeChesney. He fouled it off just enough to stay alive, 2-2. Next pitch by Simpson, and DeChesney, he's going to serve it in the right field for a base hit. Simpson didn't quite get it in just enough on him, and DeChesney was able to serve it in the right field. Back to the top of the order, number 2, Braden Corn. And that's going to bring up Braden Corn here with 1 out with a runner at first. This is his 4th at-bat of the game. Corn steps in, and Simpson's getting ready to get his sign from his catcher, and he is ready for the first pitch. And Corn's going to line it into center field for a hit right in front of Daniels. An aggressive base running by DeChesney reaches 3rd, so that's going to give runners at the corners for Hendersonville and some threat to put up more runs. Now the plate, number 9, Kyle Mosher. And now at the plate's Kyle Mosher, the shortstop, number 9 for Hendersonville. Runners at the corners with 1 out. And Hendersonville looks to be trying to add on to their current 6-2 lead over Marion. Simpson ready to deliver the first pitch. Pop fly in the center field. Oh, and it's way from just reached out of McElroy's reach, and it's going to bring in a run for Hendersonville. And now Hendersonville enjoys a 7-2 lead. Now the plate number 50, Josh Joshua Morgan. So that brings up Joshua Morgan at the plate for Hendersonville, the DH with runners at first and second. And they look like they're on a mission to try to put this game away here in the sixth inning. Simpson with the first pitch. Morgan grounds to second. They could turn two to at least get the force at second, but they're not able to get it at first, so that's going to put runners at the corners with 2 outs. Now at the plate, number 16, Braden Harrison. So with 2 outs in the inning, now at the plate is number 16, Braden Harrison, the right fielder for Hendersonville. Simpson could be one more ground ball or strikeout away from getting out of this inning without much more damage, but Hendersonville is up 7-2 on Marion here in the top of the sixth. Simpson with the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. Simpson finds his sign from his catcher, and he's going to throw over to first, but runner's back. Runner at third's trying to be a little pesky, trying to fake like he's going home, but Swamp Foxes ain't having no part of that. Next pitch, low and inside, 1-1 to Braden Harrison. Simpson looks in, and the next pitch, outside and got past the catcher, and the runner's going to score easily. Wild pitch by Simpson. Runner also advances up to second, adding to the Hendersonville lead, putting them up 8-2. That's one of the first times that Simpson kind of lost control of his pitch.
Were they singles?
Next pitch by Simpson. Called strike on the outside corner. Going to make the count 2-1. It's Braden Harrison. Runner at second, 2 outs for Hendersonville, up 8-2. Harrison fouls off a ball to the right side, staying alive. Count is 2-2 to the right fielder for Hendersonville. And he gets ready to step back into the box. Simpson's getting onto the rubber, looking for his sign from the catcher. And he is ready to go. And a strikeout by Harrison for out number 3, but Hendersonville picks up 2 runs and extends their lead to 8-2 over Marion into the bottom of the 6th.
watched them in a while.
Welcome back to Big League Camp here in the 6th inning. Scores 8-2 Hendersonville. New pitcher on the mound. Number 22, Jeb Schuler. And he's going to get the first out pretty quick as there's a fly out by Mitch Green for the first out. Now to plate number 5, Noah Pruler.
Harrison get out. What?
So with one out, now Noah Pruler at the plate. That's a quick first out for Schuler, who right-handed pitcher for the Honeycrisps. Count 1-0 to Pruler. Next pitch. Down and away. 1-2. Schuler looks like he's got a pretty good bit of velocity. He's probably more of a power pitcher compared to what we saw earlier on with McKibben. And Pruler's going to ground one to the second baseman. He's going to get the out at first for out number 2. So Schuler's doing a good job getting ground ball outs here in the 6th inning. Now to plate for 3, Gerald DeBalco. And now Gerald DeBalco at the plate for the Swamp Foxes here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. DeBalco grounds to the shortstop. He's going to make a good play and gets out number 3. Quick inning for the Swamp Foxes. After 6 innings of play, 8-2 Hendersonville. Welcome back to Big League Camp here in Marion, North Carolina. Heading to the 7th inning, and Hendersonville's up 8-2. Pitching change for Marion. Who's Wagner, number 15, on the mound. And catching number 20, Caleb Warren. First pitch is outside, ball 1 to number 34, Gray Wells for the Honeycrisps. Gray Wells is the first baseman. Wagner is set, ready for the next pitch. Fouled off. Count is 1-1. Just a little recap of how the game's gone so far. Hendersonville jumped out to a 2-0 lead after 1 inning and then added 4 runs in the 4th inning to be ahead 6-0. Marion did score 2 runs later on in the 5th to try to trim the lead back to 6-2, and then Hendersonville tacked on 2 runs there in the 6th. And as you can see right there, Wells delivers the ball up the middle for a base hit, puts their first runner on in the 7th inning. Now to play number 3, Cooper Gentry. And that'll bring Cooper Gentry up to the plate with no outs. Wagner is getting his pitch from his battery mate, and now he's ready to deliver. Bunt attempt there by Gentry, held back. Pitch was low, ball 1. And Gentry pops one out to shallow left field, and he flies out for out number 1. Now to play number 25, Jordan Spearman. So with 1 out, that brings Jordan Spearman to the plate for Hendersonville. First pitch by Wagner, low and away for ball 1. Hendersonville enjoys an 8-2 lead here in the top of the 7th with 1 out and a runner at first. Next pitch by Wagner, lined up the middle, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. 2 runners on for Hendersonville here in the top of the 7th. Now play number 23, Paul Martin. And now Paul Martin at the plate for Hendersonville with the chance to add on some more runs here in the top of the 7th. So far, Wagner has allowed 2 hits up the middle. Right now, big right time for a ground ball double play up the middle. See what happens here. Martin at the plate, second baseman for Hendersonville. Wagner's ready for a sign and is getting ready to deliver the pitch. Ball fouled off by Martin. 0-1 count to the second baseman. Wagner settles in and he's ready for the next pitch. Nice breaking ball there, fouled off. 0-2. Martin at the plate for the 4th time today for the Honeycrisps. Facing the 3rd different pitcher for Marion today. Ooh. Martin took one there for the team off the elbow guard, and that's going to load the bases for Hendersonville. Your attention, please. Hitting for Hendersonville, number 39, Ben Michael. And that's going to bring up pinch hitter Ben Michael for Hendersonville. He is batting in the 9 spot for Jackson DeChesney, whose day's over. Michael could really put this game away right here with the bases loaded. Wagner with a pitch, and Michael just grounds it right to third, but it says it's going to hit him. It's going to be a foul ball. Must have hit Michael in the batter's box. Honestly, probably a break for the Honeycrisps because that was looking like that'd be pretty much a force play at home plate. But the ball hit Michael in the box, so it's an 0-1 count. Wagner's getting ready to settle in. He's on the rubber, and he's getting ready to take the catcher's guidance on what to throw here. Catcher's going through the signs. Wagner's ready. And the 0-1 pitch. Michael fouls it off to the left-hand side for an 0-2 count. So Wagner's in a good position here, 0-2. Maybe he can get a strikeout or maybe get some kind of force play to get some outs here in this inning. And the 0-2 pitch coming up. Michael strikes out for out number 2. That's a big strikeout here in the 7th inning. Back to the top of the order, number 2, Braden Corn. And now the Honeycrisps are back to the top of the order again. Braden Corn at the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Hendersonville enjoys an 8-2 lead over Marion. First pitch is low, ball 1. Good job there by number 20, Caleb Warren, who's behind the plate here in the 7th inning. Warren steps off the rubber. Now he gets back on. He's looking for a sign from his catcher. Looks like he hasn't. He's getting ready for the 1-0 pitch. Ball low. Nice save by Warren again. Count is 2-0. Hendersonville has 8 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Marion has 2 runs on just 3 hits, 1 error. Corn and the umpires having a conversation right now while Wagner's tying his shoe. So a little break in action here, but it looks like Wagner's ready to step back onto the rubber and continue this at bat. With a 2-0 pitch. And Corn lines this out to left field. That's getting past the left fielder and out to the wall, and that's going to clear the bases. Tell you, Mr. Corn's been a force today for Hendersonville, and that 3-run double has probably put this game away for Hendersonville, unfortunately. And so with that hit, Hendersonville extends its lead to 11-2 here in the 7th inning. Kyle Mosher's at the plate with a runner at second, 2 outs. First pitch. Called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Next pitch coming up. Mosher grounds it to the left side, and that's going to be maybe hard to get him out. Yep, reaches safe, and incredible job by Corn. He come all the way around from second on the infield hit to score the run. And that's going to give Hendersonville another run here in the 7th inning. Now to play number 50, Joshua Morgan. So this brings up Joshua Morgan, the DH at the plate, runner at first with 2 outs in his 7th. Hendersonville now up 12-2. Pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Wagner, after getting off the pretty decent start in this inning, has kind of had some trouble here in the last few at-bats, and Hendersonville's took advantage of it. 4 runs for the Honeycrisps here in the top of the 7th. Next pitch, line to right field, and it's going to be just foul. Foul ball. 1-1 count to Joshua Morgan. Wagner's getting a sign, and he's ready for the 1-1 pitch. Ball down low. Good job by Warren, keeping that from getting behind him. Count is 2-1. Next pitch by Wagner was outside. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong score sheet. Warren went out there quickly, kind of talked to him, try to calm him down a little bit. But 3-1 count to Morgan here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Another pitch slow. It's going to allow Morgan to reach base. Your attention, please. Now hitting for Hendersonville, number 30, Davis Anders. Another pinch hitter for Hendersonville coming up here in the 7th. Davis Anders, number 30 at the plate, with a chance to add on to this lead here in the top of the 7th against Wagner. First pitch, swing and a miss by Anders, strike 1. Anders with a grounder back to the pitcher. Looks like he's going to retrieve it and get it for out number 3. Hendersonville picks up 4 runs in the top of the 7th to extend their lead to 12-2. Back here at Big League Camp, and pinch hitter for Marion, number 21, TJ Olive at the plate, fouls the first pitch off. Jeb Schuler still on the mound for Hendersonville. Ooh, Alvey takes one for the team there. Now at the plate, number 22, Ben Barnes. That hit by pitch puts Ben Barnes at the plate. Ball low to Barnes, ball one. Really notice Barnes really is up inside in the batter's box, making sure he can reach that outer part of the plate. Schuler with a fastball down low, but Barnes fouls it off. Count is 1-1. We're here in the bottom of the seventh. Today's opener for the Marion Swamp Foxes, but Hendersonville is up 12-2. Schuler with the next pitch. Barnes drives it up the middle, but it's right to the shortstop. He's going to get the 6-3 double play. Nice play there by the shortstop. Now at the plate, number 7, Bryce Daniels. And it's going to bring up Bryce Daniels with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Tell you, I've been really impressed by this kid playing center field. Real good athlete, has good speed, and he can hit the ball fairly well too. Daniels fouls one off, and he might have broke his bat. First broken bat I can think of today. Of course, for those who may be watching this for the first time, this is a wooden bat league that they play in the summer, so make sure these bats last as long as they can. But I think Daniels' bat got chipped right there, so he's went to get him a new one. Count is 0-1 on the center fielder.
That's kind of bad. First broken bat.
Next pitch, low and away, 1-1 to Daniels. My buddy over here is keeping stats for today's game. We were just talking about that just now, about that's the first bat loss. That's not bad considering how many bats you could go through over a season. Daniels misses on the second pitch. Count is 1-2. 2 outs for Marion at the bottom of the 7th. Scores 12-2, Hendersonville. And the next pitch, up and away, 2-2 to Daniels. And our next pitch, again, up and away. Daniels has done a good job, full count, making Mr. Schuler work quite a bit. See what happens here on this payoff pitch. Low and inside, and Daniels going to reach with the 2-out walk. That's good news for the Swamp Foxes. Back to the top of the order, number 9, Scott Archer. And that brings Scott Archer back up to the plate for Marion, back up to the top of the order. First pitch to Archer. High strike. Strike 1. Jeb Schuler on the mound again for Hendersonville. And he's getting to deliver the next pitch. Archer going to find that hole between first and second. Drives it into the outfield and going to put runners at first and third for 2 outs. Great job by Archer. A little hit and run right there for the Swamp Foxes. Now to play number 13, Christian McElroy. That brings up Christian McElroy to the plate. Hopefully McElroy can take advantage right here of the runner in scoring position. Get the Swamp Foxes another run. First pitch. Way out of the plate. 1-0. Second pitch, outside 2-0. Archer takes second on the play, so it's going to give Marion 2 runners in scoring position. There is 2 outs, though. McElroy swings and misses on the 2-0 count. Schuler doing a good job hitting that outside corner. McElroy with a grounder to second. Easy hop. and the out at first. That's it for Marion in the bottom of the seventh. And I think that might be the ball game due to the 10-run rule after 7. So I think that's going to do it for tonight. Just kind of hanging out here to see what's going on. Umpires look like they're packing in, so I believe that's going to do it for tonight. So that'll wrap it up from here at Big League Camp. Hendersonville with the 12-2 win in 7 innings over Marion in the opener of the 2023 Old North State League season.